Today is April Fool's Day. No April Fools here, but it's also the beginning of a month. And I've been asked a lot about my routine, and I wanted to talk a few minutes about that because I think it would help you. One of the things that I see most important in those that succeed is consistency. So let's talk about what my routine is. Some things I do well, some things I don't do as well. But the first of each month, I go ahead, look at my affirmations and redo those affirmations. Some of them still are current, some of them aren't, some of them have accomplished, some may not be important anymore. So every month, that's what I do. Also take a look at a 30-day plan. What do I want to accomplish this next month? In terms of the daily schedule, I think there's so much power in the Ivy Lee method, writing down what you're going to do the next day and doing it. I had someone, a mentee in the VIP group, that during a 2-day event we do, talked about how good his business was, but he just was swamped with a lot of things. And we talked about focusing on the highest and best use of your time. So he almost instantly found a VA. He said the next week, that it was so much better, that there was so much taken off his plate that he didn't need to do, that she was doing. And then he also said that his time management was perfect. So I said, perfect's a big word. What were you doing? And he said, it's really pretty simple. Every night I would sit down, think about the things that were most important and do them the next day. So for me, there are a few things that fall into that category. One, pretty much get up every day at 5 a.m. Every 3 weeks, I get an early morning haircut, so I get up at 3:45. Other than that, some days a little later, some days a little earlier, but pretty much 5 a.m. First thing I do is I end up exercising, and to do that, I have a plan for the entire week. So every day I know, okay, what's today? What workout is today? Is it a treadmill day? Is it a strength day? And specifically what to do on those days. So I do that. Some days do I feel like not doing it? Absolutely. But it becomes a habit, so I end up doing it. I also set some daily goals with respect to not only the business, I know who I have to mentor, when those group meetings are, what I have to do for them, et cetera, et cetera. And then also in the roll-up that I'm working, what are the daily goals that I have there? And some of those I have to do, some of those I have to make sure other people do. How many letters do I want to send a day? How many cold calls? How many emails? Who else do I have to follow up with, et cetera, et cetera. And follow-up is one of the most important things that you can do. A lot of people think, well, I'll send one letter, I'll make one cold call. The statistics vary from time to time, but about 82% of sales occur after the 5th follow-up. So super important. Everybody thinks that, well, they're going to read my email that I send them. They're going to look at my letter. Just not true. They have other things in their life, and you may not be their top priority. So consistency, working a plan, taking action, those really are the secret sauce ingredients that go into this. Not only in terms of your acquisition journey, but anything you want to accomplish. If you want to run a marathon, you're usually going to have a plan that's so many weeks, and every day you're going to have what you have to do that day. So I would encourage you to think about that, structure your life and your day and your activities that way. And if you put those things down and then every day you get in the habit of doing those things, will you have some times you fall behind? Sure, but on balance, you will accomplish much, much more than if you didn't have a plan like that. So if you're not on my mailing list, go over to brucewhipple.com, go to the free class and download that course. It's a series of videos. It talks about the top 10 objections when acquiring a business, what you're going to run into, and the best answers we find. If you want to go directly to that course, and it's a free course again, just go.brucewhipple.com/free class, and you'll find it there. But it'll give you good indication, and it will begin to help you with mindset, because you'll see that some of the things you're worried about are the things that everyone's worried about when they start these. And there's some pretty darn good answers to those questions when you hear them from board prospects, banks, et cetera, et cetera.